Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing a rate from HackMyVm. This is a box short about easy, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So I'm starting with my terminal here. I'm starting running a discover minus r 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Doing this, we do get the IP of the box 10.0.0.37. So do control shift Z, so we're doing mmap scan. So do mmap minus sc for default scripts, minus sv for duration. Let's scan upwards on the IP. Doing this, I'm doing minus v verbose. Look at the ports, we do have 63777 and also 65333 for open for 10.0.0.37. Doesn't give me the header, but once done, we do have 63777 open for HTTP, or 65333 open for SSH, open SSH for Debian. So doing this, I'm just going to copy this. We did know that we did have the IP address as 10.0.0.37. So 10.0.0.37, we did have this on port 63777. Here we do get some documentation. Look at the documentation. We do have basically just a document root under var www.html for port 80, which can be found at text. We do have index p, which is directory for var www.html. So we do know that we do have an index p, which is a .txt under this port 80. Doing this, I'm going to start by doing some narration, running a GoBuster. So I'll do GoBuster to load -u into the IP address. We'll do -w for user share wordless. We'll do GoBuster directory. This to be in the medium.txt with extensions as HTML, txt, and also PHP. Look at this. We do have a JS, a JavaScript, and also a robots.txt. So I'm starting by using robots.txt. And it does seem like we just do get a picture here. So I'm going to go back. Look at this. We did have an index p, which we did have for .txt. Does seem like we do have the ninja here. And we do have the user agent for disallowed and also allowed entries. So I'm just copy this and start by, I'm going to take off this view source. So I'm just going to copy this and start by, I'm going to wget this onto a machine. So I'm just do wget. Here we do have our index p.txt. So I'm going to vi into index p.txt. We do have this picture here, which I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete all this. I'm also going to delete this user agent. So now we do have disallowed, and also do have allowed entries. So in this case, I do want to make a word list and also delete all the disallowed entries. So doing this, I'm going to do G, we'll do /, which we do have disallow. And you do see down here that it is highlighting the disallowed for the word. We'll do D, so we can delete the whole line for disallow. We press it on this. You do see that we only have allow now. So to do this, I'm just going to delete the allow, so we can just make a word list. So I'm right quit. So do now is my delay. I count my index p.txt. You do see that now we do have a word list. I'm going to copy this and start by running a GoBuster. So to GoBuster to remote -u into the IP address. We'll just take off this index p.txt. We'll do -w for index p.txt. Here we do get a status 301 for glitching your button. I'm just gonna put that in there. We do have 403 forbidden. We can start by doing some more enumeration and running a GoBuster under this directory, this subdirectory. So do have another one for kitchen, which is just this. Seems like this is the same thing. So I'm going to go back and just put this under here. I'm just going to run this. We'll just run user share wordless. We'll do GoBuster directory list to be their medium.txt. I'm just going to run extensions as HTML, txt, and also PHP. We do have a SSH and also node.html. So I'm going to visit SSH. I'm going to check for like an ID underscore RSA or maybe a .pub. Doesn't seem like we do anything. So I'm going to run this against SSH. We also did have this node.html. So I'm going to visit this node.html. And it does seem like we do get a karate. And I'm going to do control U source code. Doesn't seem like we do anything. We do have RSA. So I'm going to start visiting this RSA. So we did have SSH, RSA. We do have this open SSH for private key. Doing this, I'm also going to try this for like, I'm just going to VI into ID underscore RSA. I'm just going to right quit and we'll do SSH into karate. We'll do 10.0.0. You'd have the IP address is 37. I'm going to do my SI for ID underscore RSA. We did have a different port, which was 65333. It does seem like we do need a password, right? We can start by doing some more enumeration with GoBuster. So we did have the RSA. We also did have this directory here, which we can start by doing some enumeration. We can just take that off. So we did have this right here, which we do have karate. And this leads to a different page for Chuck Norris. So maybe we do have a user as Chuck Norris. We also do have a password as balance. So doing this, if you do highlight it, you'll see that we do have a Chuck Norris is the user master. So maybe this is a user. Just to make sure I don't get this wrong, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy. I'm going to try this ID underscore say with Chuck Norris. If not, we can just try the password. Doesn't seem to work. I'm also going to try this for the password. I'm copy that. Doesn't seem to work. Maybe if we try balance with the lowercase, we do ID, and it doesn't seem like it works. We do have a user as Chuck Norris though, and it does seem like we do the password as balance with the user as Chuck Norris. If you do highlight this, you see that Chuck Norris is the user master. So it's pretty obvious that we do have a user as Chuck Norris. So we are under user as Chuck Norris. If I do run ID, if I do analysis my SLA, it doesn't seem like I can run ID or a sudo -l. So I can run an ls. Can we cat our user.txt? Doesn't seem like we can cat this user.txt. Can we cd into var? It doesn't seem like we can cd into var. So it does seem like we are like in a restricted shell kind of. So doing this, I'm just going to nano into like any file that we do have, which I'm just going to nano to file.txt. Doing this, I'm going to go break out this environment by going to gtfo bins. I'm just going to search up nano. We do have this nano, which is do Control R, Control X, and then we can copy this. We should break out the shell. So I'm going to do Control. We did know that we did have Control R. We'll do Control R, Control X. We can execute command. Down here, you do see that we do ID. And now we can run that ID command. We can also run that sudo -l. Doesn't seem like you run sudo, right? Or sudo's not found. Looking under the ID, we do have Chuck Norris and also Mega Punch. I'm start by doing some manual enumeration. Go under /opt. I'm also going to go under /var. We did have backups. Doesn't seem like we do get anything under here. I'm also going to go under /var. We did have www. We do have HTML. We just do have JS, robots.txt. Doesn't seem like you get anything. So I'm going to go cd into, I'll just cd into /dev shm. Do ask my SLA. I'm going to wget, I'm starting by getting a PSPY. So do 10.0.069 on port 8081. We do have that PSPY 64. So I'm cding into my documents, privilege escalation. We'll run a lint piece on here. I believe the PSPY is under lint piece. Did have that PSPY 64. So I'll do Python 3 -m. We'll do http.server on port 8081. You have that PSPY 64. Press it on this. We'll do chmod +x for PSPY 64. We can run that PSPY 64. And I'm going to start by checking for the running processes on here. So after a while, we do get this lost plus found, which is running up bin/bash against this king.sh. So checking this, I'm cding to /. We did have that lost plus found, which does show that we did have the lost plus found up here on PSPY. So I'm cding to lost plus found, I believe. Would be else delay. We did have that script right here, so I'm just going to nano into the script, which doesn't seem like we can. So we did have the SAKUGAWA. kinga.sh. We do have the script, so I'm just going to put a reverse shell in here. So I'm just going to go payload all the things. We'll just go to pentest monkey rev shell. We'll do temp. I'm just going to copy this. We'll just put this in here at the bottom. We did have, it doesn't seem like which it is running netcat, so I don't think this is going to work. So I'm just going to run like a witch and see, which doesn't seem like we do have netcat. So we'll just run a bash. I'm just going to copy this. We did have that file right here, so I'm just going to nano into SAK, UJAWA, and we did have the kinga.sh. So I'll put 10.0.069, port 9001. So I'm just going to right quit out this. We'll do all wrap netcat HackMyVm on 9001. So we can just let this run. And once this cron job does run, we should get a reverse shell as root, since the cron job is running as root for the user ID. So after a while, we do get a connect back from 10.0.037. So I'm going to do ID. Now we're going to root, so I'm going to cd into root ls, and we can cat our root.txt. Doing this, it does seem like it just showed that we can use the find command to find the root flag. We'll do find, we'll do /. I'm just going to grep -i for what we have there. It does seem like we do have a mount.martini. Doing this, if you do cat this out, you should see the root flag in there. Just doing this, I'm just going to cat this out. I'm just going to grep, we'll do -n, or we'll just do head -n for 5. And you do see that we do have a root.txt in there, which is at the bottom. But I only did cat out 5 lines. Okay, guys, that's pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.